So here's a little tip for you wood turners out there. A lot of people find it difficult to get a nice clean cut using a gouge on the undercut rim of a platter. So what I'm going to do is show you how I would sharpen the tool up. Basically what we're looking to do is to take away the heel, or to make that front bevel smaller, more obtuse, and try and grind the heel out the way. When we go to the turning, I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you the heel rubbing and what to look for, and this grind is going to really help you to avoid getting any crush marks, getting the bevel in the right place, being able to make that undercut and cut it nice and clean. So we're going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so that's the tool, a nice little 1/4 inch bowl gouge. The flute is 1/4 inch, the bar is 3/8, so I call this 1/4 inch. You could get a 1 inch bar, put a 1/4 inch flute in it, and it'll only cut 1/4 inch. So I think that is the correct measurement, personally. Doesn't really matter, as long as you understand what you're doing. So I want to sharpen this at that angle, which is approximately 45 degrees to start with. So this is a very simple jig to use. We're just going to bring that arm out there. It's the one-way grinding system. Make sure, look down here, make sure the bevel is flush to the wheel. Tighten the arm. Sometimes when you tighten that, it might lift the tool slightly. So we're going to switch that on and just literally roll the tool around. When this flute is horizontal, basically pointing at 3 o'clock, that's as far as you go. If you take it further and point it down to 4 or 5 o'clock, you're actually grinding that wing back and it won't cut very well. Okay, so literally just till that flute there is about 3 o'clock. So switch that on. Let the wheel do the work for you. So there, we have the initial angle of 45 degrees. What I want to do now is grind the heel away. I don't want the heel to rub the wood behind the cut. So we're going to move in this arm here to there, and just a little if I take that away, so if I take that away, you can see I've ground the heel away. Now we're going to put the cutting edge on. I'm just going to stop that for a moment. I want to change out the jig or the arm. I'm going to put that into there. Just lift this up to here and put it in that position there. Okay, now I'm going to put on the microbevel. So I basically put the tool horizontal, drop it from there to there. I have no idea what it is. I just need to know I'm putting on a smaller, more obtuse bevel angle. So we'll switch this on, put the tool horizontal, drop it a fraction, and then grind on that last bevel. You can see I'm moving the tool slightly to get onto those wings. If we stop that now, you can see the last bevel angle, which is it's only about a 1/16 of an inch big, and it's on a more obtuse angle. So we've got the cutting edge, the middle 45 bevel, and then the heel ground away. So let's take that over to the to the work, and I'll show you how it works and how to sweep it around. Okay. In order to show you how this microbevel works, what I've done is prepared this platter blank. I always like to put a slight curve on the rim. Does two things: aesthetically draws you in, and ergonomically draws you in. Your thumbs, when you give it to somebody, will always do that. So nice soft curve on the rim does those two things. Now then, if I was to spin this, I'm going to switch it on, and you'll be able to see a line there, a line there, and a line there. Okay, if I stop it, they're really quite visible. What the problem is, the reason we're getting those lines is because with the standard gouge that I use, okay, the bevel angle there is approximately 60 degrees. It's quite a long, deep bevel, not necessarily acute, but deep that way. That is too long a bevel to get around that tight curve, and what's happening is the heel is rubbing behind the cut. So what we're looking to do, or what we've done with that tool, is we've ground the heel out of the way. We've got a much smaller bevel, so basically, and it's a smaller tool to start with. That's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut on this cut. So if I put that down, put the pencil down, what we're going to do is we're going to come right round there to pick the cut up, because the bevel angle isn't here, it's there. Come right round here, pick the cut up, and push the tool around in quite a tight arc. Don't go too deep and too slow an arc. Bring it round quite quickly, and then there's no way you can go too deep, and then your curve's going to head towards the middle of the platter and maybe cut through your recess. So what I'm going to do is take away this waste wood first. Okay, I'll just use this tool and then change the bevel angle of approach until I can get under here, nice little undercut, and bring it around, and we should get a really nice clean cut there. Okay, so let's switch this on and do it. Tool rests a little low. For this cut, notice the angle of the tool. I am not in this position, I'm more square on. That's better. We'll get rid of this wood first. A little bit more. Just stop that. Let's have a look here. Beautiful, clean cut, no tear out. Those lines have disappeared. So basically, there you go. The smaller bevel and grinding the heel out of the way allows me to get that nice undercut there. Nice clean cut. Again, that's the end grain there. Spin it round. Look here. There's the end grain there. If we zoomed in, that's absolutely clean as a whistle. No tear out. And that's what you're looking for. I'll do one more cut. We'll leave it zoomed in. I'll do one more cut so you can see exactly what the tool's doing. Get rid of some of this wood first. Come right round here, close the flute, pick the cut up, open the flute slightly, push it round again. Stop that. Have a look. Beautiful. Again, there's the end grain there. Clean as a whistle. No tear out. The long grain cuts nicely. Again, end grain, clean as a whistle. That bevel's lying down the fibres. So that is my little tip. How to sharpen your bowl gouge, your small bowl gouge, into a micro bevel to get a nice clean undercut on any of the turnings that you're doing. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed that.